to our new show that we created here. It's the Tactical Tuesday on the new channel MCPN, or Marvel Crisis Protocol Network. My name is Mario. I'm also known as Eusebio1210 on all the Discords, a name very few people can pronounce, but that's fine. And we are trying to go deep into the tactical aspects of Marvel Crisis Protocol here. And for this show, I had the idea to invite some guests and to go over specific situations of games that I played or my guests played, which were troublesome situations, like where you always go back and think about, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right activation? What were better options? Did I have tunnel vision? And my guest for this pilot episode is Schmid. Schmid, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Mario?
I'm fine, thank you. The reason why I picked Schmid for this pilot is quite easy, because the idea originated from our direct messages that we sent each other. So we are both convocation player. If you don't know, Schmid is in competition for #1 Longshanks all the time, basically, for the convocation part. I think Jim Gradwell has now the upper hand in your...
He's well within the upper hand, I think, because he has the upper hand now. He's one of those, if he doesn't play anymore, he's going to keep it forever. I can't get it high enough. I have too many games now. Now every win is less impactful. You gotta get out of the gate strong, but that's okay. Jim's a great player, and I'm happy being number 2 on that.
Jim's super strong. Yeah, so basically we're both convocation players right now. I play since 2019, played a lot of affiliations. My main affiliation in the past was X-Men, actually, but since the new core set release, I'm deep into the convocation. And you're my sparring partner. And after my games on TTS, I used to spam Schmid with screenshots of my games and telling him what's up, and asking his opinions, because I wanted to know how other people see these situations. And this is how it originated. And now we're trying to do this via video.
Yeah, and I think it's a great idea. Just to add to that, I think there's not enough MCP content that revolves around, and it's hard to make this content like specific situation analysis. It's really easy to go, what do I do turn 1? How do I pick a squad? How do I build a roster? But I don't think people give enough respect to the little decisions they make in the middle of the game, end of the game, that have a big impact. They want to blame dice because somebody spiked them or something like that, and then you go back and you really look at the nuance, and there's things they could have do better. Even my own game reviews, it's, oh, this dice roll didn't go well, and then you think for 10 more minutes, you're like, well, my game plan might have been bad, or I should have moved this here, or I should have blocked that. And I think if more people spent time reflecting on that and not some 5 dice attack doing 6 damage, they would improve a lot more. And also, in talking to Mario and others who do it as well, you kind of you see different views, how different people play. Are people more aggressive? And I think that also dictates, pieces in your roster. There's pieces that I don't like, and I'm just like, it's just not how I play the game, and I take another one. But what you do, Jim and I don't play very similar. I mean, that's not the topic of this episode, but you'll see probably when he comes on, if he's a guest. We're just different, and we have different opinions, and we take some of the same models, but he's a good player, and he does his way, and I'm successful in most of the ways I play. And Mario has, to the detriment of the community, brought in the MODOK Ultron combination. He was, in my opinion, I'll put it out there, the originator of it. It wasn't me, even though I made a video of it. It wasn't Kyle of the TTS League. It was Mario, in my opinion, who brought it, and then everyone else made it more popular because
because they're winning, not like me, right?
Well, somebody has to come up with the idea. And you were winning with it too. So, I'm excited to jump in and see what he's got in store. I have not seen, I'm looking at it now, but he didn't show me this before. So any thoughts I have on the scenario that he's going to show us, I have not.
So
fresh.
Exactly. So we have here the how it will be. I have set up like a copy of a game, and the game was played in the first round of the TTS season 14. It was my game against Tom de Wilde from Belgium, who is a super nice player, and he was kind enough to let me use this this situation. And yeah, I'm gonna switch over it. I'm gonna run you through it, what happened so far, and then we can dig right into it. And yeah, let's. I'm gonna turn on the streamer view so everybody sees what's happening. So we are playing Convocation against Shield, and it's currently round 2, and the books of the Ironbound books of Shumagorath are up. And as you can see here, there is a lot of damage on my side. There is, however, also a damage on Agent Venom. Tom got a little sneaky and put his Agent Venom too far up, and my Ultron, as well as my Strange, could daze him round 1. I had priority, so I had the opportunity or possibility to KO him. However, that did not work out. My drones were standing here. They were moving from here to here. Put a shot in him. Ultron put 2 shots in him, 1 boosted by Mordo. And he did not die. He lived on 4, so even the drones could not finish him off. So he decided to jump over here and to beam the drones, Ultron, Strange, who was here, and MODOK. Wow. Usually, with books up, everyone is the expected damage is around 1 for each of those attacks with his spender, because the books are up and everybody has defensive tech against Mystic. However, my MODOK got killed. He was on 3 damage because Bucky did some damage to him. Doctor Strange took 5 damage.
Oh, shit. Jesus.
Ultron took only 1 because he took 2 because he got boosted twice by Mordo. Bane of Damballa has been played. Iron Man is rooted and incinerated, and also Bucky is rooted and incinerated. My MODOK is missing actually a dazed token. And Schmid, what are you going to do in this situation?
I thought you were going to give me one where the Wizards were looking good and I could make these cool plays. This is a tough situation.
Strange is always looking good. He's he's sexy Strange, but yeah, I went deep into the tank. I was like 10 minutes at this situation.
Jesus, man, what did you do? I'm curious what you did to get out of this. I don't even know if you won the game, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna resolve it afterwards. So yeah. the segment will be, are you sure you want to remember? So I leave it open if it went good or bad. So I'm gonna wait for your opinions and your ideas. I will add mine, what went through my head, and then we will see what's the best play.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was one of those interesting ones when he was attacking. I'm going to ask you some questions about what happened to get here. Just a couple that maybe tactically helped. So the drones were here. Did he beam the drones then?
Yeah. So the drones were initially here to be the bodyguards of MODOK. I went over here to put one drone shot and 2 Ultron shots into him. He jumped over here, made 1 beam. And then he went back, played Battlefield Medicine, and healed the bleed with his superpower. Battlefield Medicine is the old med pack, basically.
Gotcha. So so he had a lot of. How much life did he have left? He was on 4 damage when you did all
4 damage, yes. So he did not take a lot, to be honest.
Gotcha. Okay, and then he got hit by the drone, I'm guessing, for damage.
Yeah. So he was at 5. He healed the bleed, so he didn't die, and then.
And Strange bumped over here. He was here.
Bumped over here, yeah.
And taking that much damage,
so he was safe from a second attack.
Did he have any power to do a sack?
Yes, I decided not to because 5 dice counting blanks seemed safe.
Yeah, I mean, I've been bit by that a couple times, to be completely honest with you, and it's one of those things, and I know we'll get to the situation at hand, but it's good tactically to talk about. It's one of those things that it's like, yes, it should be good. Was he incinerated?
No, he was deliberately out of 1.
Yes, it should be good, but like just think about like if it does go bad, how bad it is to lose the Modoc activation. I guess that's what I kind of think of sometimes too. Is like how, and I've had it happen where I'm like, oh, it's 5 dice versus 5 dice counting blanks, and I have 3 health left. And then like they hit the 15 to 20% or whatever it is, and then you just lose an activation of a model that is super strong. So even then, like I would even say you could even put it on Ultron. I mean, he gets 5 dice double wild, and him taking a damage wouldn't even be that bad. Like I don't know if he bumped anywhere, he could bump over if he wanted, because having him alive. One thing I see that's very clear is like him just having a throw to get the drones back would be very good, because you're not gonna be able to get the drones back this turn, which is a little obnoxious. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that specific situation. So when I'm seeing here is, it's really I want to kill, this guy, but he's already activated. You're down. I guess he had the researcher turn 1. He just moved it to the left.
Yeah. So the what also happened is that the grunts from Fury got the researcher.
Gotcha. And who killed them? How are they dead?
It was the last activation, round 1, and I just threw a building on them. I think it was the sarcophagus.
So you must have killed. Okay, so you did do something with Ultron.
Yeah.
Okay, because even then I was thinking like, oh, is there anything? So even I'm going to go a little deeper for you. Just real. I'm going to keep going. Does he have? He does have brace. I was like, man, you could have. The shot from the drones isn't too bad. There's also plays where like where was he to start? Was he over there? Was he like exactly there?
He jumped over here and just walked back basically.
Okay. Was he any closer? Was he within 3 of you at any point?
He was not within one of the sarcophagus, so maybe he was a little closer.
Or maybe you couldn't beam him, right? You couldn't do your. You were so close to being like in a good spot to do stuff. Okay, interesting. How much power did he have when he started his turn? Do you know? Roughly. Again, this is just. I know this might not be going where you thought, but I'm just trying to think.
Let me calculate it back. He was on 3.
Yeah,
before 6, I believe, because he did quite a lot of damage in
turn 1.
round 1.
He blew him up, right? Turn 1.
Yeah. So Strange and Ultron, they blew him up.
Okay, so like one thing, like to go back a second, I mean the Ultron activation is probably one of the interesting ones too, because you have your drones back here. Depending on where he was, I could see a world where you double walk the drones like here, and you say, okay, he's gonna survive, whatever, right? Like I don't want to pick him up. I was thinking a world where maybe the drones go here, you throw Ultron, you walk him, right? You walk him like up here, and then you do something with like spenders and throwing a building at your own drones, like, and blowing up like all the freaking people here. Maybe you walk Dynamo away, and then Actually, sorry, I'm going off topic.
Everything happened now.
I know.
How are we getting out of this crap?
The first thing that speaks to me is you don't need to kill him. You're going to have priority no matter what, unless you bomb everybody. I think Dynamo needs to get out of here. To me, you could walk. So I'm definitely teleporting Strange at this point. I think being down 4-1, I might be in the world of like, but let's go in with Strange personally. Can't go there. Can I get within 2 of everybody? Probably can if I like net up to Domino. Can I clone a model? No, I cannot.
But you can move it. It's not 100% rocket science. So.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe if we teleport here, maybe get within range of everybody. There's probably a way I could do it if I go a little to the left. Thing is, Dynamo, he can turn off a lot of your stuff. Is it worth it? You're going to teleport and you're going to spend her and you're going to do an attack. You could walk there, you could spend her. I mean, it's just such a juicy spender. You have 2 people incinerated, you have him low on health, you have an eyes on the prize that he could do. Maybe even only get 4 people. And the other one is
Dynamo will
reduce it, yeah. There's also a world where you walk up and you don't spend her. You could walk up to within 2 of him, or teleport up and then teleport him back. I would probably. First off, I think that Dynamo has to get out of the picture. a little bit. Make him like walk. But if the Strange is not going to die. I feel like I got a bomb damage here. I feel like I'm because he does it twice. It's not that bad. I mean, he rerolls 2 of your dice. Power.
So
Right.
what really went through my mind right there, what I really was worried about is that he will again lead 4-1, which makes the total score 8-2, which I don't think I will be able to come back from, to be honest, because if he moves the researcher back in this direction, suddenly I have to double walk with most in order to get it. And he can just walk up with Fury, summon the grunts, and he has two people there, and just move somebody over to have the researcher for sure. So this was the main thing that came to my mind. And also, if I want to do some damage, of course, there is this annoying Crimson Dynamo there, which can just like negate everything that I do.
Yeah. And I mean, you could do something kind of cool if, again, you could walk up, right? Walk even. I guess it depends how much damage you think you can do with. So like you're on 10 power with Strange, right? So there's some stuff you can do where you could say, I'm going to teleport in, and I'm going to move, Dynamo back so that he can't affect me, right? And then you could attack Bucky, who has 1 Mystic defense, right? You could even get close enough so that he can't eyes away from you. Attack him, maybe get him twice, right? You're at 6 power, so I mean he should die in 2 attacks to a 1 die versus none, especially if he's gone. And Nick can't help because eyes in the sky. I mean, he'd get cover sure if he walked back there, but he's 1 guy, and you have Pierce. It's probably not even worth it. And then so you teleport him away. You kill him. You get 5 power for doing that. You could teleport 2 more people. If you wanted, you could send Iron Man back, you could send Fury back, and now in an ideal world, which maybe doesn't happen, is he's too far away to do too much. Maybe he walks up and beams you. He is too far away, and he's walked really far away. And it actually makes it pretty difficult to get to the researcher. Do you give away priority that way? You do not.
That's
and
the
maybe
only positive right now. I can kill whatever I want without losing prio.
that's good. So I would try to kill probably Bucky. But you can also kill, yeah. I mean, that's what comes to mind. My mind, and I'm an aggressive player, and I'm saying I'm down, right? And it sucks being down on the researcher turn 1, and it's tough team to like kind of walk into. And maybe there's a world where you need to get up on it, but I'm kind of in a mode of I need to kill some people. So if Strange goes in and starts teleporting and starts attacking, even the AoE, maybe I can get it low enough to where the next turn. I can kind of get up in there and start doing stuff because he can die at the top of the turn depending on where Strange is, but it's so scary being there. I mean, he can be attacked. That's what scares me. What scares me is him surviving 1 more turn. But also, the best person to kill him is dead. I mean, Mordo's gonna walk up.
I
Yeah,
have books back already, so I was not worried
yeah.
at all about Venom.
And I don't mind my play of teleporting people away doesn't actually. It's not. The only person that can really get back to this is Fury's grunts, and maybe you can walk up with your Mordo and try to tie it, or even your Wong could walk up and just say, "Here we are." Yeah, I look to teleporting and doing damage, like killing Bucky, and then maybe popping him at the top of the next turn because he's pretty easy to kill. Does he have 6 health on the backside? He does, doesn't he?
Yes.
Son of a bitch. Damn, this is a tough game, man.
So for me, it was clear I would have to go with Strange, but I needed to, and I really I was thinking so long because I needed to make sure I will have this researcher at least tied, and yeah, maybe we can solve it if or I can tell you what I did.
Yeah, let's
Because I
see what you
think
did.
these are
I think that'll open up maybe some ideas of maybe what could have also done. Let's see. What did you end up doing?
so for to get to the researcher, I used the portal and portaled
Okay.
Ultron over here.
I like that. I like that. Okay. I'm going to tell you I like that right away for a couple of reasons, just so we can be clear to the audience. One reason I really like that is it gets a model that you don't really care if he's attacked as much. Like, if they daze Ultron, like, okay, they deserve it. And it gets him, like, one thing I was noticing is he wasn't in a great position for the top of the next turn, in my opinion. He wasn't, like, being over here was a little too far away. This is kind of where you want the sweet spot of, okay, I can throw something because he doesn't have many throws. I can throw this building at somebody. I can spender people. I can bring my drones back. I can do all this sort of jank. Okay, so I like that. Keep going.
Yeah, I have priority, and he has
Yep.
5 power next round at least. So
Yeah,
that's all
if
he
they don't
needs.
attack him, and he's hard to shift. I mean, he can't shift him off of it with the guys he has left. That's one thing he lacks is control. And now I'm gonna keep talking while you say stuff. That is something where if he does crowd around it, like, you don't want to be all next to Ultron at the top of the turn with his activation to go. And so the one thing, Ultron positioning is key. So I like that. Keep going.
Yeah. Also, I can take 2 points, right?
Yeah.
That was also important. Then I walked up.
Yep.
I had to be within 1 of Bucky, unfortunately, as it turned out, because I wanted to be within 2 of Iron Man. But first, as you said, I sent him away,
Yeah, I think that's.
and then I needed 2 energy in order to do another scalpel. So I had to go Builder into Bucky, and the first roll whiffed completely while he was defending.
Really?
I think he rolled even a crit and then nothing. However, the Sexy Strange rerolls
Okay.
saved me, and I did 4 damage in the end.
Nice.
And the 4 damage I spent to send Iron Man away. And
No.
this I did for one reason, because I was sure that Strange would die,
Yep.
and they would need 2 actions to come to the point, or at least 1 action to be relevant. Then I
Yep.
can sack into Ultron or even bump away. So that
Yep.
was the plan, to just take 8 threat out of the game for 1 round.
Yep.
And
No,
and
I really like that. So it's very, I'll say it's similar in a way of, you ended up doing 3 teleports. You just got 1 on yourself, which is him. My guess, my way had 4, but that's because I was attacking a lot. No, I had 3 in mind. Oh yeah, did I spend power to that? I was gonna walk. Okay, no, I like that. I think you really the key thing was this. This is probably something I didn't even think about right away, but getting him in the position is good. And I think people need to realize, like, you did 3 to Bucky, right? He's going to get to go. And this is kind of one of those, and I've had these situations
I
before
did
in games.
4 actually, but yeah,
4.
he lived.
Okay.
So.
He lived. But that's not that bad because, one, you can kill him with priority easily, right? Or Mordo can walk up and do the last damage if needed, depending if he goes or not. But I think, there's not a lot. Like, you look at the board right now after what he did. Let's say put the 4 damage on Bucky.
Yeah.
Just for purposes, right?
Where is he?
So Strange has books, and one thing I like about going to Strange is, at least if he dies, you're potentially rolling reverse pierces to get power up for the next turn. So you're in a good position there. The thing is, like, okay, the best you're going to get out of this turn is like 1 damage on Strange, and then potentially powering up Ultron. So it's not. You ever have a game where, like, your turn went so well, your Ultron activation is like double walk because everybody's dead that's near you? This has that feel to it, to me, where as the shield player, it's like, well, what am I going to do? I'm not in range of anybody except Ultron and killing off Strange. And even then, like you said, you have sacrifice, you have reverse pierce. Okay, maybe he can, get Dynamo back. And sure, he can beam you. He's going to only have Strange. You have reverse pierce. If he kills you, great. He did a damage. And, okay, he can walk to the center or something.
So
No, I
it
like that.
it felt like I completely turned around, and I made a lot of headaches, or created a lot of headaches to my opponent. Yeah. What he did in the end was he spendered with Winter Soldier into Strange. Spoiler alert: Strange survived everything.
Which isn't crazy. I mean, like you said,
once he survives the spender with the reroll, then it's not so crazy to survive everything, as you said.
Yeah.
And he got four attacks, and they all spiked, also, or one or two spiked, but the reverse pierce just is annoying against that.
I mean, considering you took
ended the round with like seven power.
Yeah, and people talk, I mean, the fact that he took 5 damage from this spender is crazy, right? Like you got to remember that he's rolling 5 dice reverse pierce with rerolls into a 7 dice no rerolls. I guess you can't reroll it because of him, but like it's taking 5 there was not likely to begin with. So I mean, sometimes you just roll pierces and 4 dice is not enough, man. And you can even pierce the rapid fire if you get it. So.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. So he survived, and what happened after that?
He survived. I moved my mortar onto the point.
I
dazed his Winter Soldier, like you said.
And I think that's fair. I think.
However, we tied for the researcher this round. Wong came up here. They could not do much because even after.
You heal Strange with Wong?
Yeah. Then he was at 3, I think, or maybe I don't remember now if he jumped and then killed Strange with one shot. He was injured very very soon, but survived the whole game. I could back the game. I think it was like 22-7 in the end. So it really turned around once I got the attrition upper hand. But I think these decisions that I made here were the decisive ones. And even if Strange dies to Winter Soldier, it's not that bad because I have priority. I have a lot of power. I can do more stuff. So yeah, it was really a nice feeling to somehow come up with this creative solution.
I think the Ultron one. I think the obvious one was going to Strange and teleporting Crimson. I think putting your own Ultron there to set up for next turn and also force him. Once the researcher's here, if you can lock it down, he doesn't have that many pushes to get you off of it. He has some, but not a ton, especially if books are up. So, and then he's close to dying. He's on the flip side, and if they die, I mean, his damage output to kill the rest. It's cool that he dazed you, but your team powered up around that researcher. You're just going to start sacking things to Mordo for the Modocs and
into the drones.
Modoc's probably not going to die on the next. He'll never kill Ultron. He doesn't have anything to get rid of Age of Ultron. So even if he tries, it's just the damage Ultron can do to this team with power is pretty insane. Yeah. No, I really like that play, and I think that's the great part about Convocation is, in the end, you're right. I think moving Ultron, 100% key. And that's the great part about Scalpel is you get so many options. It's not clear what you should do, and you can take multiple paths.
Yeah, there are like millions of possibilities, right? With Convocation, also with the bumps, etc. I mean, we discuss it on a almost daily basis in the Discord. It's so rewarding feeling to play this affiliation. It's great. But if you want to see a cool Ultron clip, I will add it at the end of this video. So for everybody who wants to see something cool, stay on a couple of minutes longer. But I think we'll wrap it up here. Like I said, this is the pilot. We were somehow going with the flow. I hope it was interesting somehow to see the different ideas or views of the game or of the board state. And maybe it was some fun content. Let me know, please. Give me honest feedback if you liked it or not. That would be great. Because I'm thinking of doing this more often with other guests or even Schmid coming on more often. We will see. And yeah, let me know if you liked it. And yeah, see you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Schmid.
Thanks for having me.
And see you soon on the battlefield. Bye-bye. Now I will show you something cool, okay? And you will have to admit that it's cool. Like in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So...
throw a tree.
No, better. So Ultron is going to do his builder, and Mordo will boost the dice. So
Yes.
8 dice energy into Venom.
If he survives that, he's gonna get a
I
promotion.
think it's because I call him Venom why he's so pissed. He's 18.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
If he survives this, man, I don't know. He's no.
I do 5.
Yeah, he's gone.
I gain a power. However,
Mhm.
I get a damage from that. So I KO. I get
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah, and then you do the ultimate